What is going on YouTube? EDM Adam here. We've got Nitty Gritti's EP this week. If you're unfamiliar with him, he's got probably the most infamous remix of All of the Lights. He's actually a really dynamic producer. I've actually had the pleasure of meeting him. Shout out Serge and Charlotte. But yeah, without further ado, let's jump into it. And real quick, because I missed this song on last week's video somehow, we're gonna cover Pass Out. Do we have a trap banger amongst us? Oh, bring it back up. Ooh! Shit. Yes. I feel like that's one of those let me mess around with my kitchen appliances and turn it into a sample. What was that noise in the drop? It was like it sounded like some type of pots and pans, like heavily manipulated. Shit. Wow, well there is a perfect trap banger by Nitty Gritty. I'm a huge fan of that. Now let's get into the EP. Alright, so this is All In with Jimmy Levy. We went over this, I believe, about 5 weeks ago. Something like that. Vocalist, if you recognize him, for you Nitty Gritty fans out there, he was on Eyes on You, which is kind of like a deep house track he put out like 4, 5, 6 months ago. Yeah, just really well produced track. Really nice sound. Everything just sounds together. I think I mentioned in my previous analysis of this, it's got a little bit of like a classic ODESZA feel. Especially with like the pulsing chords that are going on in the background. Something about that. Great song. This is definitely an ad for me. Alright, next up we've got Dead in the Water. Wow, this sounds pretty. Keeping future bass alive. I love it. Nice tingly metallic arpeggiators going on in the background. Vocalist is a really breathy, elegant voice. Gotta give Nitty Gritty some props too on making it blend well with the song. Such a feel-good vibe. I think that's a good track to bring the energy down on like a heavy set, but obviously still have some like substance and a drop there. Yeah, that'll be nice. All right, next up we got Breathe Out featuring Midian. I like the reverb on these snaps. Actually, I guess that'd be an echo. Alright. Still coming back to kind of that like metallic sound we heard on Pass Out. Ooh, a little bit of marching snare in there. You know how I feel about marching snares. Yeah, that noise in there, a little metallic, whatever we want to call it. It's like his own unique take. It's a little bit Louis the Child-like, but like he obviously got his own just sound design on it. I like how you've got a very wet reverb element, and the drop is almost a little more dry. I guess it's just that sound is really present right in the middle, right in your face. Yeah, this is a fun track. Alright, we got Another Way featuring Mario. This one we covered as well in a previous week's video. The vocalist, for any of you that are familiar with Somo, sounds like the same dude. kind of like how the vocal chops are kind of like, they almost sound like a guitar in the background, like a pitch bended, like a little electric guitar. This is one of those tracks where, like, if you weren't careful and it wasn't mixed well, it'd just get tossed up as like another down-tempo, chill, future bass track. But it's just so well produced, it really has that edge. Alright, we got Empty with Rio Cragen, who has been collabing with the likes of Flume and Ikali and a bunch of people. Ooh. It's got a little bit of a filter on there, not letting all the top end come through. Really smooth. Oh, the filter work brought it all the way down. Oh, I love the meter change right there. Oh, the LFO rate is what I meant. Wait, I gotta hear that again. Oh, I love that. See, that's something artists don't do enough of. Ooh, they get set in like that 8th note or triplet LFO rate and just kind of run with it. But change up the metering like that is such a attention grab, especially if you pay attention to the details of music. But even if you're not, like, that's hard to miss because it throws off the whole vibe. It's like the music almost slows down for a second if you don't know what's going on. Yeah, so overall, I'm a big fan of this EP. It's got a lot of those awesome, chill, future bass vibes, keeping that sound alive, which I appreciate because it's definitely a trend that could go away at any second and kind of has decreased a little in my opinion, but still very relevant. I think unless you're like a complete bass head, you'll probably like that, but like if you're just into EDM for like the hard, like heavy stuff, probably not going to be your style. But the good news is Nitty Gritty is one of the most dynamic producers out there, and he literally does trap bangers, like almost rhythm, like heavy dubstep. Then he's got future bass. He did like a deep house kind of poppy track. So he's able to make almost anything, and I think that's becoming more and more important in today's day and age because with like trends and whatnot popping up and like artists getting kind of cornered into a subgenre, he stays dynamic, and I think that's a really cool and awesome thing. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this video, and we'll catch you in the next one. And as always, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. I'd really appreciate it. Thanks.